Have you ever sat down to create content or to plan your content as a content creator, right? You have your planner app in front of you, your notebook or a diary in front of you. You tell yourself, okay, today I'm going to plan the content that I will post this week, for example, or next week. You're looking at the blank notebook and your brain goes blank. You don't know what to put down. You just say, okay, let me go on to my social media platform and get inspiration from other content creators. You hop onto TikTok or YouTube and you start scrolling looking for inspiration. But then over time, you come to realize that you confuse past even before you go into the app looking for inspiration. At the end of the day, you start comparing yourself with other content creators. You start doubting if your content is good enough to put out on the online space. If that sounds familiar, if that sounds like you, then this particular episode is for you. Because I've been where you are, and what has helped me improve, what has helped me stop asking myself, oh, what should I post today, what should I post tomorrow, to knowing exactly what I want to post both today and next week, is having a clear understanding of something that we call content pillars. What are content pillars? How do you create them? And how can they literally help make your content creation journey a lot easier? What are content pillars? Let's start from there. Think of them as the foundation of your online presence. That's how I like to think about it. They are like the core themes of your content, the things that you care about, the main topics that your content will consistently revolve around. Okay, so if your content was a house, then your content pillars are the walls that holds your house, that keeps your house standing. So without them, your content has no structure. Everything will start to feel confusing for you, because every time you want to put out content, it feels like you're starting afresh. You're asking yourself afresh, so wetin I go post today, so wetin the today video go there about. Everything starts to feel confusing, and it's not just confusing for you, it's also confusing for your audience. For example, here on Chandra's Corner, I'm going to outline my content pillars for you guys. I talk about motherhood. I show my real life as a mom, both in the craziness and in the gentleness and in the softness and the everyday beauty of family life. Another content pillar I have is content creation and growth tips. We help other creators, or I help other creators grow without losing themselves in the process. Another content pillar for Chandra's Corner is making money online. Sharing real and practical ways to earn online, especially from an African perspective. So these three content pillars keeps me grounded. They help me decide what fits my personal brand and what doesn't. If there's a random trend that is going viral right now, before jumping onto this trend, I would ask myself, does this trend align with any of my content pillars? If it doesn't, I'll just let the trend pass. If I really want to do that trend, then I'll ask myself, how will I tailor this trend to suit any of my content pillars? It doesn't have to be all of them. If I'm able to come up with something, then I'm going to hop onto that trend and create content. But if I'm not able to come up with anything that would relate that trending topic or that trending stuff online with the pillars that I'm putting out for my content, with my brand image, I'm definitely not going to hop on that trend. So this is what content pillars does for you. It saves me from hopping on to trends that doesn't represent me. It helps my content to stay consistent, because honestly, consistency isn't just about posting things often. It's about being perfectly aligned with your values, staying aligned with your personal brand. And when you have content pillars, that alignment becomes very, very easy for you to identify. Why are content pillars so important for a creative? Let me put it this way. Imagine following a content creator because you loved their lifestyle content, and then tomorrow they wake up one day and they start gaming, playing games on their channel or on their social media platform, in the hopes that you, that is their subscriber, will follow them and play game. Is it game that I followed you for? Now game I come here come play? Of course not. Of course not. So yes, just imagine that. Imagine the randomness of jumping from one particular thing that I resonate with into something that is entirely different. Eventually, you begin to lose interest with that creator because you don't even know what they are going to spring up on you tomorrow. You don't know what to expect from these content creators, right? And that's exactly how your audience feels when your content lacks focus, when you don't have a proper content pillar in place. When you don't have pillars, you are constantly jumping from one topic to another. You burn out easily because you're creating from a place of confusion. You do not have a correlation to whatever you put out there. Now let's talk about how to actually choose your content pillars. This is my favorite part because this is where I began to find clarity. So the first thing I did was I listed out things that I loved talking about. List out what you love talking about. Write down 5 to 7 things that you genuinely enjoy talking about. Just write what comes off the top of your head, and then think about the topics that makes you light up, that you can talk about continuously and you will not even get tired, that sparks something in you whenever you are arguing about it. Think about the things that you love talking about and you're well on your way to like finding good content pillars for yourself. Now it's time to narrow down your pillars from the numbers you've outlined to at least 3 to 5. You don't have to limit yourself to one thing. You can be multidimensional. The goal is to create structure, not restriction. It shouldn't make you feel boxed in. Once you have your pillars right, once you have your content pillars right, creating becomes a lot more easy and more peaceful. How to use your content pillars for easy planning. For me, this is what I do. I already outlined the 3 content pillars my channel is about, right? Motherhood/lifestyle vlogs, content creation, growth tips, how to make money online. Outline when you'll be talking about each of these content pillars. You can say, okay, one week I'll talk about one particular content pillar and the next week I'll talk about the next content pillar. This gives your audience rhythm. They start to anticipate the next thing that you're going to put out. You can even theme your content pillars by month. For example, October can be like growth month for you. That means everything you create in October would have to be revolving around content creation, growth tips and all of that. That's for me. The next month you can now talk about make money online, things like that. By the time you arrange your content pillars in a way that you know when to post on each content pillar in either a day or in a week, you're going to start like enjoying your journey as a content creator. Keep a running list of ideas, maybe in Notion app or in your notes app or either on a hard copy diary. Whenever you have an idea, don't just write it down randomly. Go straight to the content pillar that idea falls into and write it down on that day. So whenever it's time to plan, you're not starting to plan from a blank page. You're picking from an organized list. That's how I plan my YouTube videos without feeling stressed, scattered or burnt out. The third thing you can do is to rotate consistently. Rotate the topics you talk about in your content pillars consistently. That way your content feels balanced. People will not begin to associate you with one particular aspect of your content pillar. Once people start describing you through your content pillars, that's when you know that your pillars are working for you. If I can give you one piece of advice today, I would say this: you don't need to rush the process of finding your pillars. When I first started creating content, I would touch on a lot of topics. I even talked about Jackpot Safe one time and all. So I talked about practically everything. While I loved it, it made my content feel very scattered, okay, all over the place. Although you don't need to niche down so tightly that you start feeling boxed in and restricted. You also need clarity with your content. So it's important for you to have content pillars. Clarity is what separates creators who grow with creators who give up along the way. So take some time today to evaluate. Take your time to reflect, to write down your ideas. Choose your content pillars and watch how your creative process will start to feel lighter, calmer, and more intentional. So if you find this video very helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tell me in the comment section what are your top 3 content pillars. I would love to hear them. I would love us to connect in the comment section so that I can cheer you on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one.